Hi everyone, Cheryl here from the Peapod Design Studio. Let's redo a bunny. Bunny's kind of been the theme since we're so close to Easter. I had found this paper mache bunny at a thrift store in Columbus. He was cute, but I really didn't care for the flowers that were on him, so I decided to update him. First, I mixed salt wash and Salvation solution and covered him up. Gave him a little bit more texture, not so shiny, and the Salvation solution will allow this paper mache to stick a lot better. I got this tissue paper from Jamie Ray Vintage years ago, and I love it. I've used it on a chair before as well. So let's update this little bunny. You can see here that I started cutting out and then tearing the edges of the tissue paper, and I started putting it on with the crystal clear chandelier decoupage, also again from Jamie Ray Vintage. Here I'm just showing you, it's kind of a long process and you have to take it step by step. You have to put the decoupage on first, and then I would tear the paper out to the different flowers that I liked, different stems, different things, and I would glue it on. Then I would go back over it with the decoupage medium to make sure that it was going to stick. And here I'm just showing you I'm about done. Found this beautiful sunflower, was going to put it on the ears, tore it in half so that way it'll kind of match up. And they kind of just all kind of meshed together as I went with the black and the white. And here I'm just finishing up those ears. You can see that I had tore the paper, and you'll see me tear again the paper here on the side of the bunny. It was just a little bit too long, and it was going to cover up some of the really cool looking flowers on the side, so I decided to go ahead and tear that off. And then I just again decoupage over it to make sure that I have a nice finish. You see Lucy pop her head in again in the background. She's my support, helping me out every time I'm in the kitchen working. Love that little dog. And here I am just showing you that it is finished. I'm going to let that set off to the side and dry, and I got my bow maker out. I'm going to make her a pretty little bow. Kind of called it a boy, but she ends up looking kind of like a girl. She's got a pretty little bow here at the end that you'll see. So I just layered a lot of different ribbons together. I'd gotten this pack from Hobby Lobby, and it was a black and white pack, and you can just kind of use what you want out of it. And this is what I arrived at. I liked it. It was very full. Gave the bunny a little bit more oomph to it. And here I am just getting out my buttons and bows and different things that I have accumulated, and deciding what I want to use to finish off the bow. That's what I had arrived at. A little tassel and a little button. Got a little bit fancier, making a little bit dressier bunny. She's come a long way from the beginning to the end here. You can see here that I pulled out my battery-powered glue gun, and I'm going to glue the button and the tassel onto the ribbon now. I did cut off the top of that ribbon eventually, made it a little bit nicer looking, and I glue it here onto the bunny. I think she turned out much more classy than she started. It was an easy fix, took a little bit of time to get it done, and I think she turned out being very classy. I thank you once again for joining me on this Saturday morning with another edition of the Peapod Design Studio and what I have crafted. I appreciate all your support, and remember to like and follow and tell your friends. Have a great day.